Alright, so here's the 10th game from 12-9. I'll go through this one fairly quickly. Not much Mastermind Illusions, Batman, Billy, myself, Tom, and Barrett. This is actually a game where it's a very, very good example of patience and utilizing terrain to your advantage. Uh, Granted, not the um, most dangerous opponent that we could go up against for the example, but it still works because it would be true in any game, regardless of who you're against. For a long time, you'll look at A and you'll see that ships really aren't moving very much, for the exception of Ohio and Marseille eventually, and they are utilizing terrain very, very well. So we have control of A. Kleber's outside with a Hindenburg. Moss on a typical spot. And Petro is just kind of sitting here at Bravo with a daring that is kind of scouting ahead, occasionally spotting Tama, but not doing much more than that. Marseille does a good job of utilizing the island in front of him to get shots and minimize when the Hindenburg can hit him, and then eventually he can get to safety without much of an issue when he needs to. Petro stays safe. And then I just keep moving around to get to the flank of this Petro. It takes a while from C to B while doing so safely, and I expected the daring to do a lot more to prevent us from coming around like this, but he just didn't. He ended up stacked on top of Petro eventually, because he can see the Marceau, can lights him up pretty easily, and he's obviously scared. And then I'll turn out because I'm worried the Petro is going to point his guns at me, and then eventually I'll turn back in because his guns do not stop facing to his right. So I take that opportunity to just go straight at him. I know I'm not going to give broad to a ship that can kill me because he's not looking. Not really sure why Tama went straight at a daring and a Petro like that. He's been doing that a lot lately, and I don't know why. So it's just something to think about there, Mr. Tama. And this is the. I think this is okay. So this is the one where I get a torp on the Ohio and he detonates. Massa ends up moving towards the island too as the Ohio's coming around because Mastermind ends up. I think he beaches and then gets dev struck basically. So a little too friendly with the terrain on that one, Mr. Mastermind. uh, but yeah, Massa will move up, reposition on another island, and stay a little bit forward as the Ohio comes around. Just a point of notation there for Bravo. The reason why I didn't go into B to get the cap is because I knew that if I didn't kill the daring, he could come around and cap again as me and Massa moved forward, and we potentially get torped from behind. Or he could take our broads very shortly after recapping Bravo. I wanted to make sure that I pushed up north instead of driving through the cap, so that if he went around that island, I could still see him. That was really, really important to do that, and it worked because Massa had radar. I believe it was radar, and we were able to take him out pretty quickly. So now Aleutians is being told, hey, Ohio's coming around. Get up to that island. Stay ahead of them. Play Ring Around the Rosie. Actually didn't realize before that Barrett was all the way down there. I'm not sure what pushed him that way. Alright, that's it.